Can you tell us a little bit about how your characters have developed from the last time we saw them in the first Fantastic Beasts?
How have the characters developed? Well, Newt's become a celebrity.
Yeah, he's super famous. Can't get down the street.
Which, as someone who can't really, struggles to communicate with other humans, is a bit, he's not that comfortable in his new
They
kind of
cut a
celebrity.
scene of that, right? Like you were getting crowded on the street.
There was a scene in which he was going to be surrounded by fans and he was having a complete sort of
hated
meltdown
it.
about it. But he's basically looking for this one. In the end of the last film, his kind of heart had been opened and he's trying to find this one.
Yeah. But she doesn't know that, and she thinks that he's gone off and married somebody else. So she's got her old job back, so she's feeling really good professionally in that sense, but then has this broken heart.
Yeah.
And, you know, we talked a lot about this. One thing we love so much about J.K. Rowling's writing is that she never shortchanges a single character. And when one bit of your life is making sense, there's this other bit that's challenged, or there's some kind of internal conflict. And it's really fun as an actor to get to play those contrasts.
Speaking about Newt and Tina's relationship, how do you think the sort of challenges they've faced and are going to face will make them stronger as a couple, sort of in the end?
Ooh,
That's a really good question.
First ever asked
And it's
question.
also
Well done.
like most of the press we've been doing, it ends up feeling like sort of couples therapy. Right?
Right.
This feels like quite.
I only started dating that guy because I thought you were married. Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. And because I do think that's true in life, right? You know, actually, in the moment when things are looking lousy, you despair, but actually, often in retrospect, those are the moments that test the strength of a relationship.
And one of the things we love about Tina and Newt, and in most of the first film and in most of this film, they have conflict, but because the stakes are so high and the speed is so quick of what's going on, they actually just react instinctively, and they're actually really good as a double act as far as achieving and accomplishing stuff. So they don't, even if they're bickering, they don't realize it, but they're kind
actually working together.
accomplishing things together.
Yeah.
That's true. Eddie, Newt has such a special relationship with the beasts, specifically Pickett.
Yeah.
What did you find most challenging about creating this on-screen connection with something that's sort of essentially
Not
CGI?
there.
Yeah.
Yes, well, you know, it's kind of the stuff that your like 9-year-old dreams are made of, because it is about imagination. And J.K. Rowling obviously has this in spades, and so some of it literally is just imagining these creatures. And I would go on the tube in London, and I'd just be sort of talking to my hand, and people looking at me like I sort of need to be an insane asylum.
Because weren't you practicing it going from hand to
hand?
Yeah.
But then often, we have these amazing puppeteers. Like some of the people who worked on War Horse came and developed these huge puppets. So more often than not, there are great visual aids to help you.
to help you go through.
I think we all did feel a little like we were taking a greater risk on the first film with all of the CGI related stuff. And one of the great things about returning back on the second was to really, at that point, we really understood what a wonderful department that is. And if you are expressing love for Pickett, they're going to make Pickett respond to you in equal measure. And I think it was really fun to be able to kind of sink into that and relax into that in the second film and know if I raise my wand, they're going to make it look cool, do you know, and I don't have to.
And we saw
do
it in, both of us watched the film last night at the premiere, and it was in IMAX. And seeing Pickett, he was this tiny little bit, but you could see the little hairs on it. You know, when you look really closely at a flower or a stem of a flower, you can literally see. I thought the work and the tiny little expressive face. I thought it was amazing what they did.
In this day and age, when you know, the question of whether or not it's worth it to go to the cinema anymore, it's more expensive than watching something at home. These kinds of films, you know, you see that it really is a pleasure to have that surround sound and hear the soundtrack in that way and see those details. Yeah.
Final question. If you could be any one of the beasts, which one would you be and why?
You know, I love Pickett so much, but I don't know if I'd want to be that vulnerable. Really fragile.
Yeah, shame. He's tiny.
He is fragile.
I think Niffler.
The Nifflers are having the most fun. They're like having the most fun, getting up to trouble. It's like that kid at school that just did everything wrong and yet was still loved by everyone.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think we all want to probably be a Niffler or a baby Niffler.
Yeah.